Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and PowerShop, with the power to choose between EV day or night charging plans for savings to suit your schedule. Check out the link in the video description for full details.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom and this is Joy.
Hello.
By the time you watch this video, the Tesla Model Y L, yes, the 6-seater variant of the Model Y, will be available for sale on the Tesla Australia and New Zealand websites. But in this video, we're going to give you as much detail as we can from Tesla themselves with this press release and also from the configurator too. Okay, so from this press release, Tesla have told us that deliveries can be expected from Q2 2026, so not far away at all.
What I always like to see is the 5-star ANCAP rating straight out off the bat. Yep, it's no like, wait for this, wait for that. Nope, 5-star ANCAP.
Yep, always safety first. And it'll only be sold currently as a premium all-wheel drive variant, okay? So we'll talk about the pricing towards the end of the video. And visually, there are some changes. So there's a new higher C-pillar roofline, a new rear spoiler as well. So that's one way to differentiate this car from a regular 5-seat Tesla Model Y. This has been inspired by the performance model and also new wheels as well. So 19-inch Machina 2.0 wheels.
So it'll say Y, but then you'll see something else to like, you know, next door to that where it's like the two shadow lines, like Y. So, yep, I guess that's how you can tell.
Longer wheelbase, so 3040 millimeters in wheelbase, which is 150 millimeters longer than the current Model Y 5-seat. Obviously that's for the third row and extra cabin space.
A little bit longer, a little bit taller.
That's right, longer and taller. So up to the B pillar, which is the middle of the car, it's exactly the same as the current Model Y. And then from there, it's party time. There's big booty, more space for the second, or for the third row rather. And yeah, the length of the vehicle is 4969 millimeters, which is 177 millimeters longer than the 5-seater Y currently.
So, like that much?
Yeah, not too much more, but makes all the difference. Model Y L is 1668 millimeters in height. That's a good number, 1668. Very prosperous number. 44 millimeters taller than the current Y, and a drag coefficient of 0.216. So quite efficient, obviously, as what Tesla is known for. Wireless phone chargers.
Yes, and a cool charging pad, because that is a gripe I have with, I think, the current generation of Teslas, where your phone will start charging for a while, and then it'll say, you know, whatever that message is that really irritates me and says it's stop charging because it's too hot. I can't even, I get so annoyed when I see that message. I don't even bother reading it. I like phone charging on hold or something like that, right?
Yeah, until the temperature becomes normal again or something.
Yep. But if you're in a car that's got ventilated or if it's got a cool charging pad, then you can charge for as long as you need.
Yep, it's all good. And driver's side is now 50 watts. Okay, so a bit faster on the side. Driver's side, and obviously 6-seat layout as well. So
yeah, I like that layout, two and two, because usually if you're trying to get into that third row, somebody is going to have like some sort of core strength, upper body strength workout in order to move the chairs up and down. So this way, well, I guess it's not good if you're trying to exercise, but at least it's more accessible for whoever needs to be out the back.
I'm all for 6 seats to climb through the middle, for sure. And the second row now has captain's chairs too, so very comfortable looking.
You always feel so important when you sit in a chair like that.
And all electrically adjusted, they all fold flat with a touch of a button, and for the first time, adjustable headrests, I think, for those seats too, which is great.
Adjustable thigh support, okay.
Yes, front seats heat and vent as they are currently. Adjustable headrests, yep. Thigh support, as you said. Second seats, yep, also vent and heated as well. For the first time, ventilated in the second row. And also adjustable headrests, which is great. And there's now retractable cup holders as well. Under the center screen. The third row seats are heated, super handy for when it's cold. And both the second and third row seats can be electronically folded up or down as well with a button, and on the screen too.
I really feel like if you can afford the space, this now seems like a really good kind of like for the price premium to get this rather than the long range all-wheel drive. But I guess we'll get to that, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly. If you've got a big family or if you've got someone you need to, or people you need to carry
like
a lot
more utility for a little bit more price.
It's quite compelling, actually. Yeah. So there's a new interior color. It's called Zen Gray as well now, introduced to the YL. Standard is still black. So there's a summary of which seats have heating or ventilated. So yeah, basically all have heated and vent except for the third row, which is just heated. Adjustable headrests for first 2 rows, and then the thigh support, as Joyce said, for the front seats, which is good.
But everyone gets cup holders.
Yay, cup holders for all. Armrests for the second row, which are powered as well. That's great. And the second and third row are powered flat folding seats. Very handy for carrying stuff from furniture shops or hardware stores. Yes, and suspension is the same as the current Model Y. Yeah, possibly on the firm side, but apparently there's now continuous variable damping, so that hopefully will help with that. Obviously, we'll test that for you once we get a car to try it out.
Pretty zippy, 0 to 100, 5 seconds.
5 seconds, that's crazy, right? And just back on the suspension, you can now choose between balanced and rear comfort, because it is important. Having sat in a few 6, 7 seaters, that third row always gets missed out.
It's a bit like being on a plane if you're sitting, you know, at the very far back of economy versus closer towards the middle or the front of the plane.
Yeah.
It is a very different experience. Yeah.
The tail does do that a lot.
Yep.
So that's good. We'll make sure it does work, that rear comfort mode. 681 kilometers of WLTP range, running on NMC chemistry. Can DC fast charge at 250 kilowatts as well, and it only weighs 2 tons, so you know, feels still fairly light-ish for a 6-seater.
So it can pull as much as it can.
Almost, yeah. It can tow 1.5 tons, which is pretty good. Yeah, so lots of storage, as you can see here. I'll just put that on screen, the different cargo capacities there. Just visually again, there's a new rear spoiler in the back of the car, just to help you differentiate it from the current 5-seater Y.
I don't know, I'd be able to spot it that well on the road.
I think it takes some time to get used to, but that extra, I guess, extra wraparound bit on the side, in conjunction with the Y,
The
triple Y.
Yeah, I think I'll notice that more.
And for the first time ever in a Tesla, at least in Australia, V2L, vehicle to load, up to 3.3 kilowatts. So that's really good. You will need an external power adapter, unfortunately, to be able to utilize that. It's just not a plug, I don't think. But having that capability there is handy.
So what, as in it'll plug into which part of the car?
I guess we'll find out once we have a test car, yeah. Whether it goes into the charger or maybe there's a separate port, we'll find out.
Because some cars do have like the standard Australian
3-point plug, yep.
port, and then that makes it like really clear. Oh, I can just plug any electrical device into here, which is so handy.
Super handy. Yeah, so there is a screenshot of the dimensions compared to the current Model Y and also the Model X, which unfortunately is discontinued worldwide. But having a look at the numbers there, it is still not as long as the Model X. The Model X is still slightly longer. And it's actually also slightly shorter in height as well than the Model X. If you want the Zen Grey interior, it's going to set you back 1,500 Australian dollars. And all the paints are listed as such. $1,500 for black and blue extra, and then $1,900 for grey, and then silver and red is $2,600 extra on top of that. Might be worth the extra for the silver. Looks pretty good. So there you go. That's the pricing there. 74,900 Australian dollars and 83,900 New Zealand dollars before on-road costs, which is very compelling, actually, I got to say.
Yeah, it's only a little bit more, like I said, than the current long-range all-wheel drive.
Speaking of which, let's compare it now to the other 6 to 7 seaters currently in terms of EVs or battery electric vehicles on the market in Australia. So as you can see, it is actually the cheapest 6-seater at the moment on the market for EVs at $74,900 before on-road costs. It is also the smallest in terms of length at 4,969. The next biggest is the VW ID Buzz 7-seater, 4,962.
I really do feel though with the 6-seater, like there are 6-seaters like a lot of the other ones on here that are kind of like, you know, because they're like higher, like a roof that kind of goes like that. It probably feels more spacious for the third row. I think this technically qualifies as a 6-seater, but whether you want to always use it as a 6-seater, you know.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? The third row for me for a 6 or 7-seater is always the clincher, right?
Well, especially because with this car, it does, like
it slopes down.
Still slopes back, isn't it?
Yes.
So, yeah, I think you've got to actually like sit in it and like actually find out what does it actually feel like for a passenger.
I don't know about you, but my personal benchmark is the Ioniq 9, the Hyundai Ioniq 9. That's the most comfortable third row, and the Kia EV9 is not bad as well. That's because their roof is, like as Joy said, more square up the back.
It's like 1 and 2.
Yeah. So yeah, for me the clincher, whether I would rate the Model YL, is the third row, because that is the difference between the 5-seat and the 6-seat Model Y, right? So the third row has to be comfortable. So we can only tell you that once we get to sit in the car.
Yep. But I think at the moment as it stands now, without having actually like tested it or seen it, I think it's a good option for kind of like a 50-50 third row, where it's like you don't necessarily always use it as a third row, but the option is there if you need it. So I think that's where it's handy, because it's just like giving you that option where you currently don't have the option at all. But it's like if you need to have it, poof, you can actually put Yeah, one extra person in the car.
Yeah, and or it could make a phenomenal rideshare vehicle for Uber or Didi, right? If you need that extra baggage space for a family of 4 or 5, or even if you just need that extra seat, that could be quite handy. Could be quite compelling for a rideshare driver too. So, yeah,
They can charge more, can't they? For like,
yeah, they can actually. So, yeah, I expect to see more of these on the road for sure. All right, well, thank you to Tesla for giving us that press release to have a look at, and good to see the configurator is live. So check that out for yourselves. Otherwise, final thoughts before we sign off.
nope. I'm just so curious about like whether that back row feels squashy or roomy.
That's the same for me as well, definitely. So stay tuned. We hopefully will get a loan car or a test car to review for you guys too on the channel. Otherwise, from Joy and myself, that is the Tesla Model Y L from 74 900 here in Australia. Thanks for watching. Until next time, it's happy charging.